I woke up this morning.
Aren't you amazed at how much I sound like her?
No, because your imitation of me is usually like that deep voice that you do. That doesn't sound anything like me.
Patrick!
Oh my God.
That embodies you in spirit.
I woke up this morning at, what time did you wake up? 6:30? And I went, oh my God, I feel great. I got a great night's sleep. So right now, I feel so exhausted.
We never eat in the mornings, and we ate this morning.
We had a bagel with
and then
salmon.
I was like, where was that picture? Was that like...
It's my OneDrive.
Right, but did it come up in your memories or something?
Can you do recents? Yeah, it said on today's date or whatever.
Well, recent stuff that you like just uploaded there.
I slept so solid though. Like I don't think I usually have to get up to go to the bathroom, and I slept like a rock last night.
Oh, look at these two.
I know. Like a rock. So we're flipped. Let me flip the other way. How's that? You like that? It's like being on the right side of the bed. I'm on Looker's left. I'm always on Looker's left. So I know they're so cute.
I don't know where that picture is.
So we were, and it was so funny because that would be from 2000. What would that be? 2013.
You said that she was, yeah.
It
So
was
these are all pictures from 2013.
Yeah, it's none of those. It was on this day in 2013.
Okay.
They're
Then
so
then I
cute.
know how to find it then.
So, what were we talking about? We're just talking about, so, and that's,
So Gene, which I'm searching for.
On this day, whatever, in April 2014, and
2013, I thought you said.
Yes, 2013, but on this day, April 14th, it had popped up a picture of Violet, and I used to have a beading group. So I had a beading group with my girlfriends, and I think we had maybe like 20 girls in that, 20 of my friends.
She was the social manager.
I was the organizer.
Back
guys,
in the day.
You guys all have an organizer in your group, right? The one who's like, hey, we're going to do this, or we're going to do this. It's going to be so much fun. And then we all just do it. So I had a bead group, and Violet, who was 8 at the time, was she was my tester. So if she could do it, then I was like, okay, my lady friend should be able to do this, right?
So the funny thing was they couldn't always do it.
Couldn't always do it.
She'd be like, Violet did the project perfectly.
I never said that, but
She would say it to me.
Patrick, there it is.
There it is.
So here's Violet beading. And I saw the picture and I was like, oh my God, she was so little. She was my tester.
I don't know why it won't open.
Can you double click it?
No, it's not like it won't.
Can you just blow it up with your... She was so tiny.
I don't know why.
You can't. Just don't try.
It's like
it's
something
fine.
weird is happening. It won't even let me select it.
Can you just blow it up and switch to that screen?
No, I can't.
Okay, forget it. Anyways,
Jeannie was like, I've got to show the ladies this.
Because she was so little. You forget, when she was 8, she didn't seem like, she was just 8 to me, and she didn't seem so little. But when I saw the picture of her, today, I was like, oh my God, she's beading.
That's her.
Do you see her?
Along with a page from your recipe book.
Look how tiny she was. So she's actually beading right there. She's making a wrap bracelet. So we used to do wrap bracelets, and I could be like, okay, Violet, and I would show her something, like we would do Shambhala, or we would do some kind of technique, and I would show it to her, and she
Violet's
just
so
would
good
like,
at that stuff,
she's
though.
really good with her hands. I always said she'd be great child labor. I'd be like, you get in there and wrap those earrings. Do that wire wrapping. Don't come out until you did 40 of them. And then she'd sit down, and to this day she does like I usually do the
she makes
stuff,
lots of jewelry.
and she does like the wire wrapping.
She does the little stuff.
She's so good at it. But I just thought that was so funny. That picture popped up, and I saw it. And
she was laughing so hard. She's like, "Oh
you
my
were
God,
so
look at
little. Oh, she was so tiny." Okay, couple
That's
of things.
like one of my favorite things about like OneDrive or Facebook or anything like that is
All of them do
the
it.
memories, like when that stuff pops up. So the other thing that I told Jeannie we were going to talk about this morning was an experience that I had yesterday, because we talk all the time about sewing machines.
Yeah.
And
that's what the ladies want to hear about.
But we're also, like I was talking to a business associate, somebody else who owns a shop yesterday,
who has 9 kids.
Yeah, I heard him say 2 things yesterday,
He
was at home, and you just hear chaos all around him, and like he keeps commenting at his kids, and at one point he's like, hey, stop peeing in the driveway. Go inside, you can't pee in the driveway. And then like 2 seconds he's like, no, you need to put down the mallet.
Can you imagine that? I mean, some of you grew up with really, really big families, but when you grew up like it's rare to see these days.
It was funny because when I met him and he told me he had 9 kids, I was like, dude, what? And he's like, we just love having kids, man. We just love having kids.
He should have a show. He would have a really funny show. He's a funny guy.
He is a huge personality.
He owns
we talked about doing like a live stream together.
Oh, really?
Which I think would be so funny.
What would you talk about?
Oh, with him, there'd be no worries talking at all. I mean, I called him to ask him a favor, and we ended up talking for like an hour and a half.
Because he's a dealer.
Yeah, that's neither here nor there.
Okay.
So, anyways, so we haven't talked about vacuums for a while.
What if I was like this tall? What if I was like... What if I was like this
Then
tall?
I would know how you felt.
And Patrick was like the little one.
I'm like, little man.
And I just like carried him around the store. I like picked him up and just carried him.
Carried me like a baby.
Yeah, wouldn't that be funny?
No.
This would be so weird. I gotta put my seat down. It feels strange.
So yesterday I had a customer that came in pretty irate because her vacuum wasn't working.
She'd just gotten it on Saturday.
She got it on Saturday. She'd cleaned a room, and it was a SIBO. And so, every now and then somebody shows fired up because the SIBO's not working. And in my head, I'm like, and this is going to sound awful, but in my head, I'm like, what is the customer doing wrong? Like, did they forget? Like we had a customer that called yesterday that was freaking out because her vacuum wouldn't turn on. And I'm like, she hasn't turned the vacuum on. She's not turning the vacuum on with her switch.
She goes, I've plugged it into every outlet. And then I was like, Patrick, something's wrong with the vacuum. And there's there's an on button, like a slider button on the handle that you like slide it to turn it on, and that was it.
And I'm like, she hasn't turned the vacuum on. That's what, like, you don't see those things not turn on. Like, and that's how good that
would be me too.
That's how good the SIBOs are, just to say it how it is. Like, we really, statistically, when you're talking about a store that's selling 40 to 60 SIBOs a month, like, after 7 years of doing that, we see a couple of issues maybe a month or every other month. Like, it's statistically insignificant, the number of problems that we see with them.
Statistically, ladies.
Relative to other vacuums. And I mean, you guys know I'm an opinionated sales guy. I'll tell you what I think about the products I sell. I'll tell you about the problems first, because you can't be mad at me if you have a problem that I've already told you about or have warned you about. The lady came in the store, explained that and we knew she had told us that she had a vacuum that she felt like was not working for a year. And I proceeded to turn the vacuum on. The vacuum was fine. Educated her a little as to how to work the vacuum. But more impressively, pulled the bag out of the vacuum. And no kidding, it was like 4 or 5 pounds of dirt. Like, and so a couple things. For those of you who use bagless vacuums, it's like a bagless vacuum is like looking at a cotton candy maker. They fluff up the dirt. They make it look huge. Have you ever seen how much dirt goes into it or how much sugar goes into a cotton candy maker? It's not much. They take like this much sugar and they make this much cotton candy. That's what bagless vacuums do, is they make you feel like you're pulling all this dirt out, where these vacuums compress the dirt. And, but it was funny because I literally pulled the vacuum bag out because I was telling her how much dirt was in it. And she was like, there's no dirt in it. And I handed it to her and I go, feel this. And literally her hand kind of dropped. You know how when you grab something, you're expecting it to weigh less than it does? And like her hand kind of dropped and she's like, whoa. And I'm like, so where do you think that dirt came from? And she's like, it came from my house. And I'm not, if you're watching, I'm not making fun of you. There's a point to this story. She's like, my house isn't that dirty. And I'm like, but there's only one place that dirt came from, and that's your floor. Like, that dirt and debris has been hiding in your carpet. Like, you already told us that for 12 years, you've used a vacuum that you never felt like had really been cleaned. And she kept telling me that she'd only cleaned her living room. And when she got into her dining room, or maybe I have that backwards, she'd just cleaned her dining room. She was going into her living room when she felt like it wasn't working. I mean, this bag wasn't even a quarter of the way full. And I thought about it over the course of the day yesterday, because on a couple of occasions, I have had a customer that comes in, like I had a customer that bought one of our Riccar vacuums and took it home, brought it in and was like, it already doesn't work. It's already broken. And when I opened her dirt canister to check her bag, she had filled the bag with so much dirt. She lived out in Red Rock and had a lot of sand. She'd filled the bag with so much dirt that the bag had literally fallen off and it had filled the whole can with dirt. So the vacuum, knowing that there was a problem, turned itself off. Now, that said, I was kind of like, I don't know how you filled this much dirt. And her husband was with her because she kept going, I only clean one room. And he goes, it's a 5,000 square foot game room that she had cleaned. And I'm like, well, that's a lot of house. Like, a lot of people don't even live in 5,000 square feet. So it's not just one room. It's like you cleaned one whole house. But two, that's how much dirt was hiding in her carpet. And last story I'll leave you with is we sold a vacuum with a dirt sensor to one of Jeannie's friends.
Do I know this story?
And she kept going, the dirt sensor won't turn off. Like, it never turns off. But if she would bring the vacuum here, the dirt sensor would turn off. They had really plush, thick carpet in their bedroom. And it took, what, like a month for them to get the dirt sensor to turn off? And so, you know, if you're not using a premium vacuum, and this is the other thing that kind of blows my mind, like, you know, for a lot of our sewing customers, you come in, you buy the best products from us. We love you for it. But then you've got like a Dyson or a Shark at home. And that's fine. If that's what you want to use and that's what you love, that's fine. I love servicing it. I will take care of it. I will take care of it for you. But the reality is, you guys trust us. And there's a lot of stuff hiding in that carpet that you don't know exists. There's 4 pounds of dirt in that carpet that you didn't know was there. I mean, this woman came in going, this thing isn't picking anything up, because she looked in the bag and she didn't see the huge volume of fluffed up dirt that she saw in the canister. If you've ever had one of those bagless vacuums and you take that canister and you dump it out and dust goes everywhere, the canister didn't get any lighter. You didn't have 4 pounds of dirt in that canister. So it just made me think, like, if you've got something like that and you want us to show you a product that's going to get that pounds of dirt. And listen, those are unique circumstances. It's happened a couple times in the 7 years we've owned the store that I've had somebody that's pulled that much dirt out of a carpet. In both circumstances, they were on huge properties. The woman yesterday was from Yarrington. The prior woman was up in Red Rock. There's a lot of sand and heavy debris in those areas. But the reality is there's a lot of stuff that you guys aren't pulling out of your homes if you're not using one of the premium products. So that's all I'm going to say about it. If you want to come see something, come see something. I'll make you a great deal. You know how it works here. But it just was a reinforcement for the quality of what we sell yesterday. It really kind of reminded me, what people get. I always tell folks when they buy one of our vacuums, the first couple of bags will fill up pretty fast. You're going to be pulling stuff out of your carpet you didn't know was there. So,
yes. All right.
Jeannie's like, that was enough, Patrick.
No. So, as far as the class for the Liberty pillow is not up. There's just a little work that is involved in it because we're doing 4 classes for that pillow. You don't have to sign up for all of them. So we're still like building it, and we thought one class for the scan and cut that Michelle's going to do. That's absolutely incredible. She brought me the pieces. She's like, pull up that piece of fabric. And I pulled it up, and every piece was cut, had the line drawn, and you just had to plop them up. I also had to reach out to my rep because we're going to play with it today, but we've been waiting for our fabric mats. And it's kind of a fabric mat and fabric blade project. So I'm kind of waiting to see when we're going to have that. For those of you that have the 230,
like you've already got that stuff. For those of you that have the 330, I think we have the blades, but not the mats. Is there an alternative mat that they could use, like a low tack mat?
We were talking about that.
I was experimenting yesterday with the standard tack mat, and unless it's spotlessly clean, the fabric's not going to stick.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it goes in like stickiness, low tack, standard fabric. So fabric's going to be stickier than the standard. So Michelle did it both on the fabric mat, and then she did it on the standard, and the cuts weren't as clean and nice on the standard mat. So I look on Tuesday when we're back. We should have the class up on Tuesday because I'll have a better idea of when I'm gonna just trying to coordinate everything. So there's gonna be the scan and cut portion. There's going to be the that Michelle's going to do. There's going to be the IQ designer portion, IQ designer design center that I'm going to do. There's the piecing portion.
What's going on with my hair today?
What's going on? Oh, yeah.
I think I got out of the shower and totally forgot my hair.
It's not like you do much to it.
Look bad.
I literally was like, oh my God, I think I got out of the shower and like.
Do you do anything to it anyways?
Well, I go like this and then, but I don't even think I did that. I was just like,
so
what
nice.
is going on with my hair?
So there's Scan and Cut, IQ Designer Design Center, piecing, and then I will finish it off on the serger. A lot of you have taken that class with me before, but if you've never done it, I finished all that stuff, and then I was like, should I go to bed or should I finish the pillow? And I go, you know what? It's going to take me half an hour to put it together on the serger. I'm just going to do it. And that's me putting in the zipper. I mean, it's longer. We do a 2-hour class when we do that. But, and we're working the whole time. Maybe it took me an hour.
So we need to.
So there's 4 parts to that class.
So we need to get our shirts done.
Patrick, why are you? We're talking about this stuff.
Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. I was just I'm scatterbrained today.
We're tired.
I'll just be silent. Smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave.
What was the I also wanted to remind you tomorrow is the Riley Blake Table Topper Sunny Rainbow class, and those are people, they've already purchased their kit, but that's going to be tomorrow. That's with Michelle Burrett. I was thinking maybe Michelle Burrett would maybe do our piecing portion because she's so good at it, and her stuff always looks perfect. I got to tell you, I'm not a piecer extraordinaire. I love it though. I don't have the time to do all those quilts, and that's why I love that pillow, because it was small and it was easy to do, and I got through it fairly quickly. But I've got a lot to learn. And so anyways, Michelle's
we're
gonna
like beginning to organize our lives around like saving 5 minutes here and 5 minutes there.
What are you talking about?
Like,
What does that mean?
like you and I like are doing a lot of stuff these days where I'm like, okay, well, if we start doing it this way, we save 5 minutes. Like, we're trying to steal time back.
What am I doing that saves me 5 minutes?
I like nothing comes to mind right now, but like I feel like that's been a priority for us.
Time is something we can never get back, and time is the thing that we have the most limited quantity of. So yeah, we do, like for instance, we no longer make the kids lunches. We go to.
Do I need a cookie? Are you gonna bring me cookies, Shannon?
Do you need a cookie?
I'm a huge sweets person.
What if you have an older scan and cut? You can still do the class, but you need to understand how to set your pressure and your blade depth.
So the class is designed for the DX machines, and the reality is you'll have a very difficult time keeping up. You could probably still do the class like from a video perspective.
That's not necessarily true. Like if there's somebody that
is incredibly proficient.
Yeah, if you're proficient and you've done it.
The instructor was just going, not a great idea. Like,
no, I mean you can do it. You just have to understand you're responsible.
The limitations.
You're responsible for being able to set up your machine, and the class will not be waiting for you, because most people are going to be using their auto blade, and the auto blade just auto sets everything and auto cuts everything. And but if you want to do the class and you
or come in and I'll make you a great deal on a new scan and cut with a
come on
trade-in.
in, Sheila. Let's get you a new machine. So auto blade is 2022, and anything before that is not. Not that it wasn't a great
sucker
machine.
for chocolate.
Yeah, but it's kind of like, anyways. I was going to make an analogy, and I didn't have a good one. So, so want a trade-in. Do we want a trade-in?
Yeah,
come
we'll
on
work
in.
a deal. I've been selling, like,
it
it's funny, I've been selling a lot of the older style scan and cuts recently on.
Yeah, all of our classes at this point, they're all geared
We
towards
live in a
the
DX
autoblade.
world.
It's kind of like we have electricity, so we're not gonna use candles. We're not gonna use oil lamps because we have electricity. Because it is that easy. Just turn it on and go.
We drive cars. Like,
so we can't wait for your horse and buggy. We just can't. It's just Is that so mean? I'm not trying to be mean.
That's not mean.
But that's where we're at with the scan and cut. Speaking of scan and cut, this is, and I know we showed it to you, but this is going to be the Mother's Day project that Michelle is doing, and this is going to be on May 3rd, just in time. I know, isn't it? And it'll allow your mom. You should make one for your mother.
And if
she loves flowers,
I'll just give her that one.
And if you don't want to make a Mother's Day one, you can easily change this, and this could be birthday, this could be happy graduation, this could be whatever you want. There's a cute little portion right here that you could put a little gift into, so you could, money, candy, scratch tickets, whatever you want to do. That you can do all of that with this. So this is going to be the scan and cut. We've never done a paper crafting project, so I'm just kind of checking out, because I know there's a lot of people here that that are paper crafters or used to be paper crafters. I know I was a huge scrapbooker for years, and I still can't get rid of my stuff. I don't know about you guys, if you have that portion of your sewing room that's filled with paper, stamps, stickers, and I try to get rid of it, and then I look at it and I'm like,
It doesn't.
Oh my God,
It
it's so
doesn't lay flat.
cute.
Although I think you could probably fold it flat, but like, it's a box, so it stands.
Could they?
Not
Yeah, you
not
can.
glue it.
Yeah, you could. Look, ta-da! So if you want to pop it into an envelope, and then they open it, it's like, boom, and then it's just like, how? Yes. You can. You could totally. This can totally
Yeah,
lay
Anna,
flat.
we've had fabric mats on order for some time and have been waiting. So that's a supply
That
chain
I
thing.
just saw was our brother rep.
And Shannon, it's not like going from AOL dial-up to wireless. It's like going from AOL dial-up to gigabit internet.
Ooh,
It's like
that sounds.
it's next level.
Yeah, I don't even know what
Did we get that
gigabit
sound
is.
effect? You know when you do the dial-up, that side that. Yes, that one.
He's so good at sound effects.
So, anyways,
I loved AOL.
she loved AOL. It caused lots of problems in our early relationship, which she obviously has forgotten about. But we'll leave that for
Oh
another
my God,
time.
I didn't remember any of that. Oh,
She does now.
well,
Now I'm mad. And it's not even a dream. It's something that actually happened.
I love AOL. Oh my God, remember how fun AOL was?
So, anyways,
And
let's
then you
move on.
have like a chat room.
Yeah, we should move on from this conversation.
Oh, jeez.
So, all right.
They still have chat
So, are
rooms?
you talking about this stuff? Because at some point we need to actually like
Yeah,
open
can you
and run
stop
the store.
bouncing the table? Okay. Michelle's photo stitch class is also starting this Saturday. She's got 2 sessions that are going to be going. If you still want to sign up, you can sign up. And let's just show them one more time. This is just a sampling of some of the things that you would be able to do. How special would it be to be able to give somebody a stitched out version of a photograph or photo? I mean, and these were all stitched out on Michelle's 10 needle? Is that right?
The center one's the 10 needle.
The John
tiger-
Lennon one.
The tiger and the John Lennon split hoop on the 10 needle.
Okay.
And the other ones were done on the Luminaire while I was doing the 10 needle.
There's Miss Marilyn Monroe. And what's on the bottom? I can't see. The horse. Oh, yeah. And Michelle
Hey,
was
Michelle,
talking
can
about...
you make sure that the guys open the door?
She was talking about how excited she was about the Isacord line of thread
Oh my
because
God, it's like
there's so many
it's
colors.
like life changing with photo stitch.
Yeah, with Photo Stitch, because I know, like, we loved our Wonderful thread, our Polyfast, but there were only 200 colors. With Isacord, we have 423 colors, and we have a ton of variations. So it is pretty amazing. If you haven't made the switch, consider it.
You
And
haven't made it to this switch.
I speak of the English. You making
Oh my God.
That's
like,
well, it's
You
just
having
that-
to make the switch. Like what? Would you like the pepper?
Oh my God! I love that skit. We're talking Saturday Night Live. That's like we joke about that all the time.
My kids joke about it.
Because that's how
At
we
Thanksgiving.
That's how we offer each other pepper. Would you like it the pepper? You know the pepper mill. Remember that Saturday Night Live skit? And they're like,
Anyway. So are
We
we
are-
talking about this?
yes. Okay.
Okay.
Deal of the day, because we've had deal of the days and I haven't even talked about them every day we get off the live feed. And then people have been coming and getting them. If you ever want to look and see what we have for the deal of the day, you can
It's
go
on
to
the promotions page.
go to our website and click the tab that says promotion, and that's where it'll
That's
be
where
listed.
deals of the day are.
Do I have an echo? I feel as though I have an echo. Hello. Go ahead, do it. Hello, hello.
Jeannie's not good at sound effects.
I'm so bad at them. That's why I'm not a good storyteller. People don't laugh at my stories. They always
They've been
laugh
laughing
at.
the whole time.
They
this
always
time.
laugh at Patrick's.
Everybody's
I
like,
love-
what happened on AOL, Jeannie? Why did you like those chat rooms?
I don't even remember. I just remember having fun on in those chat rooms.
So this
I
is
bet you
this
have.
is
I
no.
bet you have AOL stories.
I never had AOL, and
You
I was
didn't?
never like a chat room person. Like I was all about real deal Neil. So, anyways, the
We don't need to go there
so
either.
so yesterday, so like my week started with like I get up and I open the news and like years ago a buddy of mine that I used to do business with in my prior life was like, hey, I'm starting this company. You got to get involved. It's going to be amazing. And I'm like, what's it about? And he's like, we're investing in drone racing and esports. And I'm like, esports?
And this is
what
when?
the heck? This is
What
like
year
this is
was
like
this?
8 or 10 years ago. And I'm like, what the heck are esports? And he's like, dude, video games are going to be on ESPN. It's going to be huge. And in my head, I'm like,
Who's gonna watch?
yeah, whatever.
ESPN,
So on
video
Monday,
games?
he sold the company to Metaverse for $497 million. And
If we had invested, we'd be like,
we'd be like, ladies,
today's our last
see ya.
live feed.
No, I'm just kidding. So anyways, missed that boat. And then, so yesterday when I was climbing, I started talking to this kid that I've met at the gym on a handful of occasions, who is the guys should take it in. The kid has done very, very well. He's kind of a new world marketer. He is a kid that works for Facebook. And he starts telling me that people are buying property in the metaverse.
What?
And I'm like, what are you talking about? And he's like, dude, you can go in and buy like 30 acres in a city in the metaverse for like 50 grand right now.
What's the metaverse? I don't even know.
Metaverse is Facebook's new name. And they are imagining a world in which people live online. They'll have avatars. Rather than going out at night, they're going to log in, wear their virtual reality glasses, and they're going to live online. She's been sleeping under a rock for about the last year. So, and I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, so you can go in right now and through a broker, you can buy property in the metaverse. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, man, that sounds stupid.
That sounds
That sounds
really
stupid. But then in my head, I'm like,
You're thinking
I'll
about
never
that.
forget. I went to the gym. This is like probably like 6 years ago. I went to the gym, and when I left the gym, my buddy was like, dude, let's go get a beer. And so I went and got a beer with him, and we walked into a bar, which was close to the gym, and we sat down, and there were all these people sitting at the bar watching drone racing.
I saw it at some point too.
And it was on ESPN. And I'm like, this kid's first investment in Rect Global, which is what the company was called at the time. It was called Rogue. Was he invested in the drone racing league? He's like, that's the first thing we're doing is we're becoming partners with this drone racing league. And like literally, like it was probably like 4 years later. And the guy and I hadn't talked a bunch since. Like he had left the world in which I existed to start this company. And I talk to him sometimes, and then here I am sitting in a bar and watching, and I'm like, oh my God, he's totally right. And I literally called him the next day, and I'm like, Amish, dude, like, what's up? And he's like, dude, you missed it. That's over.
Oh,
and he's like, I'm starting a second fund, and we're gonna do X, Y, and Z. And none of the stuff made sense to me, and I didn't do that one either. But
Patrick, I don't want to talk about this.
Well, no. I don't think any of it's missed opportunity because I'm totally happy with where I am now. But what's crazy is I had this conversation.
He's happy where he's at. He's happy to be here with me and with you.
Yeah. So the moral of the story though is.
What's the moral? I don't even want to know.
The moral of the story is now I'm like, I got to buy property in the metaverse.
And there's a website called Metaverse Property Home. Is that crazy or
No,
what?
like you can literally
not
go
doing it.
in.
We're
you
not
can
doing it.
Literally go in and buy land and properties and the metaverse. And anyways,
Ask
I
him
just
about
thought
my
that was
fabric
crazy.
mats. That is totally crazy. And Carolyn,
I gotta
you know
kinda
what
get
we
to work
had?
here.
We did eat. We normally don't eat breakfast because we're intermittent fasting. That's how we maintain our fine physiques. But I went to Costco this weekend and I bought cream cheese. Because if you go to the store and buy a block of cream cheese, it's like $5. But at
What was that
Costco,
noise?
you can get, is it 8? It's 6 or 8
It was
blocks
8.
of cream cheese for $8.99. So I was like, it just makes sense. I'm going to buy that. So now in my head, I'm like, we're going to eat cream cheese with everything.
She's like, we have to eat cream cheese with everything. I'm like, freeze it. And they're like, I read something that said it gets chunky.
It makes
and
it
I'm like,
grainy or
no,
something.
it's fine.
So I told Patrick, we're going to have cream cheese in every meal. And I just eat bagels with cream cheese.
Talk about this so we can wrap it up. We got to
But
get to work.
if you know a good recipe with cream cheese, let me know. Because we finished 1 block, so I have 5 more blocks.
You know what's going to happen is we're not going to buy property in the metaverse, and then somebody from this live
Yes.
stream's going to be like, I bought property in the metaverse, and now I'm a billionaire.
Yeah, you're going to come into the store, and you're going to be like, thank you so much for giving me that tip. And then you're going to be on your way to your trip around the world with your whatever, your private driver is going to be driving you up, and then we'll just look at each other and
Come on, we got to wrap it
okay,
up. Let's
so
go.
okay, deal of the day. These are up there. So if you're an embroiderer, or even you could use these for sewing too. Sometimes I'm lazy and I just leave them in there and I sew with
I'm
them
gonna
as
go
well.
put cash in the
I'll go
register.
over.
Bye, ladies.
So these are the Philtech bobbins. This is what we recommend for your machine embroidery. They're on sale on the site. The prices have gone up. They used to be $46 a box, and now they're all the way up to $61. But they're on the website for $39.99 for the white, and I think the black are maybe $42 or something like that. So they're about a little more than $20 off per box. So get this now. If you don't think you can go through a whole box, split it with a friend. The first time I ever bought a box of bobbins, I split it with Sage, and I used them. It probably took me about 2 years to go through them. Now it takes me about a year to go through a box on my own. So I have them in white and I have them in black. If you need them for your multi-needle, I have those too, but I didn't put them on there because they're on back order. But I probably have like 3 or 4 boxes in the store, but I ordered more, so we'll do that later. As soon as I get those in stock. Stellar, you're gonna use class 15. So if you're on a regular sit-down domestic machine, class 15 bobbin. If you are on a multi-needle, then you're going to be using an L bobbin. We sell the Magna Glides. Fabric is up. So these are the fabrics, and I'm going to try to chill out and relax a little bit because Simple Shades. Michelle, will you, because Michelle Burritt, I don't come back to these feeds. Will you email me that? If you ever have a request, sometimes I see it in our chat window. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I rarely ever go back. So always email me first. And Michelle Burritt, I did look at the Lori Holt fat quarter bundles, and I can get you gingham, which Michelle Gilmartin loves.
Yes, no.
She doesn't like gingham.
No.
Gingham and plaids, I think. Those were the only 2 that were available for fat quarter. If you ever have requests and you want something, email me. I will get you anything I can get you. I would be happy to do that. So I was told by a customer yesterday that when I showed the fabric, I went, I was like, here it is. Do you want it? And then they couldn't see it. And I'm trying to not be so spazzy about it. So these are on the site now. I took one of the, you know what? I had to. I could not get it. It's that cute. I got to show it to you. And she also told me, she's like, you didn't show the top of it. I don't know about these important things. So you need to tell me, ladies.
Somebody
I got, and these are no longer available. I can't get them anymore. Not that you can't find them on the internet somewhere, but this here is called Quilt Fair. Look at, I mean, I'm getting it just because that is so darn cute. Is that adorable? So this is Quilt Fair. It is made by, what is her name? Of course, I can't read it. It's made by somebody amazing. I forget what her name is. But this is the Fat Quarter Bundle. And I have these on the site at 25% off. So I can't remember exactly. How about I go to our site? And I just sent this to Christine, so it might not totally be there yet. Okay. Let's see. Is she... It's not there yet. So you're going to have to check later. Or you can just type in Quilt Fair. It's just not on the promotion page yet. Because I'm supposed to send them to her the night before, but I was working on the website last night. I did. I go, okay, I am working on the website today. So I actually did it last night. It's made by Tasha Noel. It's normally $86.99. It's on sale for $65.24. I only got 3 of them, and I'm taking one because it's so cute. And if you want the other 2, get on the site and order it right now. But it is adorable. So I have Quilt Fair. The other thing that's up there, it's called Summer Picnic. And this is by Melissa Mortensen. But this is going to be Summer Picnic. And as you know, summer is right around the corner. So get your summer sewing and your summer fabric. What I love about these is I will make placemats. I will make bags. I will make every single project there is. I'll make bowl cozies. I use every bit of my Fat Quarter up. So this is going to be Summer Picnic. And Summer Picnic is, again, just type it in. Summer Picnic, because it's not on there yet. I sold one of them in this store yesterday, so I have 2 left. Summer Picnic. And this one is normally $74.99, and it's $54.99 right now. So a great price to get all of this. And then also the Promenade is up there. These I can get more of. And these are on there, I think, at 20%. I want 2, please. Rolo, get it online. If somebody beat you to it, what about the seller? If they beat you to it, if I'll check online after the feed, and if they're not there, I'll change my numbers and I'll grab you 2. And when you say 2, do you want one of each of these? Did you want one Summer Picnic and one? They're just fun, just fun packs that you can get. Let me know which ones you want, and I'll pull those aside for you. And I heard from a little birdie, that there is a challenge going on in town with one of the local quilting groups, and they're going to be doing a jelly roll challenge. So we do have some jelly rolls here at the store. This is the Promenade one that is so sweet and adorable, and these are on the site at 20% off. So I want both sewing. Oh, I don't know what you mean by both sewing. Oh, 2 boxes. 2 boxes of bobbins? Is that? I'm reading between the lines. So these are available as well. So if you have that project that's coming up that you need to do, there you go. And don't forget, this class is up there too. This is going to be the multi-needle class and working with pre-made things. So something that's so great is if you were to do this on your Destiny or Dream Machine, you need to pull the back away and make sure it doesn't get stitched down. But with a long arm, thank you, Michelle, with a multi-needle, you have a free arm to do your embroidery. So it's kind of like, let's say this is the free arm with the needle going up and down, and you can slip it over just like this. So you can do things that are tubular in the round, t-shirts, onesies, bags like this that you can just slide over the free arm. You can do tote bags, you can do pant legs, you can do all sorts of amazing stuff without having to deconstruct it and then put it back together again. So you don't have to rip out the stitches on the sides of your onesies. You can just put it over the free arm and do your stitching. Another amazing thing. So I think that's it for right now. I'll have some more fabric packs for you next week, but these are just some fun fat quarter packs that we'll have. We'll see you tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow for our question of the day, and I have a good one, a good question for you. And we'll see you in class for tomorrow if you're going to be doing the Riley Blake Sunny Rainbow Table Topper. First session of Photo Stitch is going to be on Saturday. And then don't forget about next week. Next week, we're doing the Dime Monogram event, and that is going to be on the 22nd. One of the great things about doing the event is, number one, you're going to learn something. You're going to learn about product. You'll learn about software that they have to offer that might go along with those projects, the monogramming projects. And who doesn't love a great monogram? It just takes something from just a bag to something that's personalized that you can give to somebody, and it makes it that much more special. But Dime also gives you a special discount too whenever you attend one of their events, and that's going to be next Friday the 22nd from 1 to 2:30. And then we have a ton of stuff going on the last week of the month. There is a Solaris Luminaire upgrade class. So if you haven't done that yet, get signed up for that. That's going to be on the 27th. We have a Luminaire sewing Solaris sewing class, and we're doing an inside out placemat class, and that's going to be with Miss Suzanne Harmon. So let me show it to you really quickly. If you haven't done this project yet and you want somebody to walk you through it, this class is, I think, up on the calendar. It is a beginning sewing class, and it is fun. And you're going to want to take your adorable fat quarter bundle, and you're going to want to make placemats out of it. This is perfect for a project like that. And then, you can do everything from this to a table topper to a placemat. I had somebody come in yesterday that made this, and then she was taking it into her IQ, or her design center on her Luminaire Solaris or Destiny or Dream Machine. She was outlining this area, and then she was filling it with a fill to do all the quilting. So lots of fun stuff. This could be a springboard into so many other different projects. But this is a great pattern. Everyone should have this one and make this at some point. That's okay. Husbands belong in the garage, don't they? Don't you know? I know so many people where the husband has like a chair out there. They have a mini fridge. They have a TV. That's where Patrick goes to. He has all his stuff out there. If you don't have a free arm machine, you need one. Yes, you do. And I think that's it for today. Have a great day. Be creative and make something incredible. We're working on kits so we can get those classes up, and look for those classes that we've talked about, those to be up next week. And we'll see you tomorrow.